I can hear now. That's right, knock it down a bit. Right, we'll do a quick recap. I've not really got anything for the patch notes. In fact, I've got one thing for the patch notes, and so what I want you to think about is what your character knows and what your character doesn't know compared to what you know as a player. Okay, so there are various things that are going on within the game where things are changing, but because you're watching it change with that player, you're just taking on that in terms of your character. So, for example, I don't know, I'm not sure whether Thorin's used his staff yet outside. Have you taken your staff outside yet, Thorin, or not? I don't know. Jimbo?
Yeah.
So that would be a question that in terms of RP, that your character would be like, I've never seen that before, mate. Where'd you get that from? You know, that sort of thing would maybe prompt a bit of a question. You all know what you all know what Isla has got something on the side, and you're all seeing that develop as much as seeing that develop for Isla. With regards to the Doom Raiders, but when he confronted Zaraj, and quite bold as brass when he did it, no one sort of said, well, hang on, mate, that was a bit risky, what were you doing that for, or what did you say to him when you were there? Because you're all seeing it, you all know it, but you're not, you know, it's not triggering anything in terms of the character. So yeah. just have a because there is stuff that each of you know separately that you don't all know, and it's good to try and like sort of tease things along and discuss things, and it can help out later on when it comes to, I'm not going to say sort of meta decisions, but you know, you can make informed decisions based on what you know, or you can bring your character, let's say for the Isla example, you could bring your character into that storyline to a degree. You know, okay, I kind of get that. You know, does your character, you know, do you need any support, or is there anything I can do, or, you know, two sets of eyes are better than one. What can I, you know, should I watch your back while you go and speak to such and such? So there's lots of stuff that you could perhaps do and branch off based on those conversations. Right. Okay. So quick recap. So having moved over from Fullandin to hunt down Bran Blackwood, an old enemy, particularly of Negan, and this name travelling through the group. You've managed to help out a young noble. You've managed to become sort of semi-embroiled in a war that's on the streets between two rival factions, the Xanathar gang and the Zentari. You've also managed to get yourself a new gaff in terms of the Troll Skull Manor, although currently there are no plans or developments within that. Certain factions have come forward, and you're now starting to gain some renown, albeit very quickly within the city itself, to a point where you've also taken on 2 new companions within the group. With that, the long-standing companion of Obo, the relationship has become fractured to a point where he's now decided that he doesn't want really anything to do with it, and he's exhibiting some really sort of strange behaviours towards the group itself. You've managed to get involved in certain tasks on behalf of the Harpers through Isla, although you know your characters don't necessarily know what's going on to us, and likewise through Tavis and the Greyhounds, you've managed to become involved in an investigation, which similarly has led down the same path as the Harper investigation itself with Zaraj. So on top of that, then there's now been a new faction that's come into the fold in terms of the Lord's Alliance. So this is a connection of Sildar, an old friend from Fullandin, and that's led you now on a a path of discovery in terms of a thief that's going through the city, known as the Red Viper, taking on a persona of an old legend that was in the city, known as the Black Viper, a female, who was a thief 100 years ago. With that, you've then tried to establish a connection with a fence known as Harlot Tom. Harlot Tom sells stolen goods, and Jalister, your connection with the Lord's Alliance, and opposite to Sildar, provided you with a precious stone in which you could try and convince him that these were illicit goods and that you wanted to sell them on. During that meeting, you had a conversation regarding a race. A annual race that takes place within the trade ward, where there was going to be some betting. At that point, you decided to take a bit of a closer look, and when you got there, you found your old pal Renier Neverember, the noble that you saved in Waterdeep, who is without a driver. Thurin, taking the opportunity to jump in the cart and place a bet on himself, took part in the race, coming second to the Black Howler, which was a sponsored race, sponsored chariot, sponsored by Reynard, Casper Reynard, the owner of the Mad Howler. From there then, taking some serious damage, one of the carts that was behind Thurin became significantly damaged to a point where the horses had left it and it was just careering along the road. Thurin, setting off after the wagon, managed to rescue the damsel in distress before the cart itself catapulted through a shop window. There was an introduction then with Thurin and the racer, a woman known as Esvil Rosnar. This was viewed, the whole race was viewed by the rest of the party. So Isla, Ulfgar and Tavis joined them from a spell of being inside the Yawning Portal. While in the Yawning Portal, Isla was had a meeting with Three Strings, who spoke of a new narcotic that was making its way into the city. This narcotic is believed to have had roots in the Underdark, and therefore suspicions were really growing. And now that Isla had managed to prove himself in terms of finding out at least with one of the members of the Doom Raiders, where he was now given the next task of investigating the narcotic further. From leaving the Yawning Portal and heading over to the race, Isla was tapped on the shoulder by an old crone in the street who uttered some mad but powerful words that seemed to be incoherent in places and thought-provoking in others. And as soon as she spoke them, she left Isla to it. Some betting ensued around the race itself, in which I think, Negan, did you win anything? You lost.
I lost.
You lost. Thurin, who placed a bet on himself to place first or second, won some money on there. Isla, who bet on the favourite of the Black Howler, won. And at the point where you visited the bookies, a light-fingered Tavis managed to steal a considerable bag of gold from the bookie himself. We pick up where Thurin and Esvil have made their introductions, and the crowd is quickly shifting from being around the driver of the Black Howler to seeing the spectacle of Thurin saving the damsel in the wagon. Right, anyone got anything else that they want to add?
Ray the Otters then.
Radio Hot is dead, yeah. Yeah, 68.
Yeah. And Bros. Gangs.
Okay, anything for anyone else before we start?
No, I'm good.
No, good.
Okay. So as the crowd is gathered around Thurin in your wagon, let me just close this door one sec. As the crowd gathers around Thurin, there's still a large portion of the crowd around the Black Howler. You sort of see that things around the sort of central building, this white building, this very sort of stately building, starts to change. As people start to move out of the way, there's a series of sort of boxes or boxes that start to get brought out, and in the same amplification that was coming from the top floor, the lady who spoke, Lady Castellanta, in her long golden dress with butterflies on, approaches the box, and she calls forth the driver from the Black Howler, and also Casper Reynard. They make their way up, and they're making ready for the ceremony. Thurin, you're still next to Esville. The rest of you are collecting your bets. Tavis, you just taking the money. What do you guys want to do?
We all together.
You're quite spaced. You're quite spaced out. So, if I believe right, Nagin, Isla. I'd say that Negan, Ulfgar, you're near each other around the bookies. Thurin, and you can see Tavis, but you're not near him. And then Thurin, you are still on the cart next to Esville.
Do I see Renair anywhere nearby?
As you're talking, you're sort of scanning round, and you sort of see his head bobbing. He's trying to fight his way through the crowd, that's sort of milling in the street, and he walks up. You see this smile, this beaming smile on his face. And he just he sort of walks up. He throws his hand out to clasp your hand, and he says, "Second." And you sort of see he's absolutely thrilled.
Yeah. I take his hand and shake it. What can I say? Not too bad for a stand-in.
I thought the day was gone. I thought the day was over. I thought we were going to have to retire the chariot. Second, I mean, you nearly beat the Black Howler. You nearly beat Borum.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Win some, you lose some. Didn't do the track though.
And how was it? I mean, I was watching the Griffin and the colours. I was expecting our colour just to plummet, down the line, but it stayed there. I think at one point you got ahead slightly. My heart was in my mouth. I can't believe it. Can't believe you got second. That's amazing.
It was pretty exciting. There's a lot of dogs around here though.
Well, yeah, surprisingly there was a lot of dogs. As you look round, you can see that the pack of dogs that had hindered the entire race, with natural 16s all the way around, has now sort of dispersed and whatever else.
I didn't think people kept dogs up in this end of town.
Well, It's amazing, isn't it? Well, once those carts start going round, what gets involved in that race?
Yeah, some poor
But
got run over.
I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Utterly, I can't thank you enough. Seriously. And who's your friend?
Yeah, this is Ezra. She had the unfortunate mishap of the cart being damaged on the way round. We managed to help her to stop crashing.
He turns to her and he offers her a hand, and he says, "I'm Renee Neverember," and she says, "I'm Esville Rosnar," and he says, "Of the house, Rosnar." And you sort of see that she looks down a little bit, or almost. Well, just make an insight check. 20. You definitely get a sense that there's shame in that name.
So what's going to happen with your cart now, Ezra?
And she turns and she looks down the. Yeah, she turns. She looks down the street and she says, "Oh, I suppose I owe someone some money." She just looks devastated. And Renee says, "Is that was yours, the crowbar, yeah?" And she says, "Yeah, that was mine."
Can I see any of the horses anywhere?
The horses, yeah, you can see one's just moved off towards the side of the road, and it's just doing its own thing. You can't see the other one. You can see that there's a small crowd now that are gathered around the crashed cart.
You don't need to go. You don't need to go get anything from the cart, do you?
I suppose I need to speak to the owner. After all, he's going to need a new shop window.
Yeah, we should probably go over and do that.
As you're discussing, you hear the crowd really cheering, and you see that on this sort of plinth stands Borim Faststep, the driver of the Black Howler, and you see Lord and Lady Castellanta. They're standing off to one side, and they place a wreath, beautiful green wreath around his head, just hanging, and they pass him a small sort of golden trophy, and it looks like a griffin just about to sort of take flight. And he turns to the crowd and he holds it high. And the crowd are cheering. There are some boos, but yeah, the crowd are cheering.
Do I see any street vendors around selling ale or anything like that?
There are as you sort of go down the lane, there are sort of like small. There's I think it's like one or two. There'll be like one or two taverns, and in between there are sort of small stalls that have like sort of laid out. There's nothing not like chairs or anything like that, but just small carts, if you like, where you can buy ale from.
Yeah, I'd like to go buy 3 ales. One for me,
Okay.
Ezra and Renee. I'll walk down to the shop.
Okay, you find one. You see there's a stout, bald dwarf behind the bar, and he pours you 3 mugs and he says, he's 12 copper.
Yeah, hand him silver piece.
Yeah, he takes that away and starts serving someone else. And you're making your way now towards the.
Yeah, she wants to head down to the shop that she's destroyed, so I'll, after grabbing the drinks, I'll catch up and yeah, here's a drink to settle your nerves.
Okay. Right then. So as you Miranda your way down, the crowd people coming and going and gathering around, moving away. Okay, let's have a look at what the rest of you guys are doing. So, Isla, what are you doing?
Yeah, to be fair, I'd probably just make my way back towards the big man. Going with the fact I'm going to assume he's the tallest thing around, and I can't really see a great deal other than his beautiful big red head. So I'm going to just head back towards Negan and Ulfgar and take stock of where we are from there.
Okay. Okay, Ulfgar. So you've witnessed this race. You're not too far away from Negan. What are you doing?
I was just sort of scanning the crowd and sort of trying to realise if I recognise anyone there with faces. Sort of searching, but not expecting to find anything. But making my way over towards Negan.
Just roll a perception check.
Perception, right? 10.
10. You can see that as you're sort of scanning around, you can sort of see that there are sort of other drivers with the carts. You can sort of see that there's sort of long queues around the bookies. You get a sense of the real celebrity that's around this sort of main sort of building in the centre of the street, because you're on quite a steep hill. And obviously the fanfare that's going on around there. We'll just hold that perception for 1 second. Negan, what are you doing?
I've got obviously winnings in my winnings in my hand, and I'm just about to obviously walk towards where I can see him, but that's is the ultimate. So I obviously just I'm where I am.
Yeah, if he starts walking off and I can see him starting to move, I'll just go and cut him off, if that makes sense.
Okay, Negan, just roll a perception check for me.
Well,
12. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of all sort of converging between the three of us as you're just sort of running together. Isla, just make your perception check for me.
$16.
Okay. Tavis.
Yeah, so I've obviously just lifted that coin purse from that bookie. As a result, just merge back into the crowd. Try and keep in an eye on where Negan is, just so I can kind of see where my mates are, but not wanting to rejoin them or align myself too closely with them. So trying to see if I can get an eyesight on Negan, just because he's going to stand out, so I know where my mates are, but also see what else is going on. Wait and see, this presentation, if it's going to take place.
Yeah. The presentation, you can sort of see that this is happening now live as you're moving around and things like that. So, yeah, you just make a stealth check for me.
Is anyone else getting an echo?
Yeah, get an echo.
Yeah, it's on much east side.
$11.
Okay, so 11 on that. Just make a perception check.
19.
18.
Oh my god, fuck off.
Okay.
Come on, go behave yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Is that any better on the echoing?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot better. Okay. Right. Tavis, you see that there is a small commotion just off to your right. There is a shout of alarm, what seems quite panicked, followed by thief, thief, and really sort of yelling into the crowd. As you look around, you can see that there are a set of 3 city watch in front of you. You can see that there is 2 to your right, and then further to your left you see 1. As the thief goes up, all their eyes turn on the spot of the bookmaker that you've just fleeced.
Do I see anything behind me?
Behind you is the road continues to go like downhill. So to put it into perspective, you're sort of facing uphill. The bookies are all on your right hand side on the pavement. The large stately building is on your right with the ceremony taking place in front of it. You've got 2 ahead, 3 ahead, 3 ahead, 2, and another 2 just off. Sort of probably be about 8 o'clock for where you are.
And so the Crown's Guard are focused on the bookie who's shouting thief.
The initial reaction is to the bookie. Yeah.
How far away am I now from the bookie?
I would say you were.
Because I used Mage Hand. I wasn't up and close in person.
Yeah. You're a good, I'd say, 45 feet away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna act natural as part of the crowd.
Okay. Okay. So just give me that stealth. Give me another stealth check.
9.
9. Okay. Let me see. As you're you see that there is a pocket of people ahead. Just pulling your hood further over, you edge your way. As you do, you feel a bump actually on your left hand side. As you look over your right hand shoulder, you see a city watch walking past you. On his way, he's sort of moving at a bit of pace to get to where the bookmaker is. He's just not intentional, just to get through the crowd. He's giving you a bit of a push.
Just try and like roll with it and merge back into the crowd. I'm not trying to make it seem like nothing's happened.
Okay.
I don't think
Are you turning away from the scene, or are you going to try and observe it from where you are?
I'm just going with the natural shape of where that would take me, and then I'm not going to deliberately turn away from the crowd and everything that they're focusing on, or anything that would be unnatural. Just trying to roll with the hit that I taken and rejoin the crowd and keep just observing what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you watch you see just as you sort of glance, you're now as part of a quite a large collective of people, and you're kind of nestled somewhere within the middle of it. You're just trying to look and just see where things are and what's happening. You can sort of see that there's a conversation between the bookmaker and the city guard. You can sort of see that there's a heated conversation. He's sort of looking down. He's he's like, you sort of see these sort of gestures. It's just gesticulating the fact that this bag has gone, and you sort of see them sort of scouting around, just looking for anything that they might see as being suspicious. They are on the high alert, and after about half a minute, you start to see that they disperse, and rather than working in their twos, they start to edge out in lines, just trying to probe through the crowd. Isla, Negan, Ulfgar, you see this taking place as well. You see this dramatic scene, if you like, within the crowd.
How far away is Theron?
Just roll a perception check. Thorin, roll a stealth check with advantage now that you're in the... sorry. No, you have to Thorin or Tavis.
Thorin.
Thorin is now further on down the street. He's probably, half the length of the street away.
And can I see him from where I am?
You can sort of see that the crowd is moving. You know that he was heading down in that direction. You can't see his precise location.
Okay, and obviously always now shouting or anything.
What's that, mate? Because you're breaking up on your...
He wouldn't be able to. I couldn't shout him because obviously with the crowd noise.
No, you're right in the thick of it. You're almost right on the ceremony itself. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Am I back with Negan now?
Yeah, the three of you are roughly in the same area. Like, you're just sort of coming together at the point where there's a big kick-off with the bookmaker.
The commotion, but I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I asked Negan, what's going on?
I don't know. I was obviously looking for everybody, and yeah, I just heard noises and turned around, and that was it.
I just asked Negan. Can I? How tall is Negan?
6'4".
Do you reckon I can sit on your shoulders, man?
Climb on, buddy.
Yeah, I climb on top of get on Negan's shoulders just to see, have a look around, and just have a look in the direction of the commotion because I'm a curious little chap and see if there's anything that I can say, anything untoward or anything suspicious.
Make a perception check with advantage for me, please.
Natural 20.
Now, you see exactly what's going on. You see this commotion around the bookkeeper. Let me ask you the question, because you were quite close to Tavis at the time. Were you aware of what Tavis was doing? Tavis, did you let on at any point, or was that just totally secret for yourself?
From Isla's perspective, he was just focused on getting his money. He wasn't paying any attention to what Tavis was doing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have moved away to not. If it went wrong, I wouldn't have wanted to get anybody else in bother. So I would have moved away as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I just my memory was a bit fuzzy, so I was just trying to work out where. But you two were quite close at the time. I know that. Okay, yeah. So Isla, you see now that there is a frantic bookmaker who's in the street. People now are various states. Some are sympathetic towards the fact that he's lost a lot of money, and then others are now starting to get concerned over where their winnings are coming from. So you sort of see him having these frantic conversations in this mass group that are around him. Emanating from that spot now are the city guard. You sort of see them in this almost like combing formation as they start to make their way out. Sort of see people being held on the shoulder and walking through, sort of looking down around the belt regions of different people as they're making their way out into the crowd.
Has any of the crowd started to leave yet?
I mean, it is thinning. It's not like people have just left and got off. En masse, but it's definitely thinning as people start to make their way back to taverns or wherever they've come from.
So once I've had that little brush with that guard and stuff, I'm gonna turn and start to make my way away, like race is finished. Good day. I don't know, best way I know the direction back towards Gospel.
Okay, I mean you're quite away. You're quite a distance within the city from where you
back
are.
to where we got dropped off from at the cabin.
The Ruxton, he dropped you off sort of to the southwest, so you would headed sort of back down the street. However, just looking at where everyone was combing, probably the back streets and making your way around would be a bit of a safer bet. Just roll a stealth check with advantage.
Better.
24.
Yeah, I mean you've just disappeared. You're like a shadow at night. Yeah, Homer going back into the fence. Just staying amongst the crowd, literally moving from group to group. As one group thins out, you're spotting, anticipating the next group, and you're just blending in.
And if once I feel like I've got away from those fanning guards, I will look if I can to just step into a tavern if there is one. I don't want to be actually leaving the scene right now because I think from my experience that the next stage of looking for someone will be trying to stop cabs that are leaving right now. They'll expect any thief to scarper as soon as possible, and I'm going to hang around slightly longer than that.
The old double bluff, eh?
Okay.
Switcheroo.
Okay. The easiest route that you can see out, because of where you are, you're closer to the top of the street. You're not that far away from the corner where you managed to take the spear from the guard and throw it into the wagon. In order to sort of negotiate your way back up that street and sort of get out of the hotspot area, if you like, you're in amongst crowd that are drifting through the now parked chariots. So the chariots that have all come at the end of the race, you're now sort of in and amongst them. You can see that there is a red and a green chariot. There's a full green, dark green chariot. There's a silver and a red one. And then you also see that there's just a jet black one at the end. And people are sort of going through and they're looking at the horses are steaming, buckets of water over them. As people are tending to the horses, people are looking at the uncoupling the cars. The drivers are stood by them, talking to people who've come to watch the race. A lot of commotion on this side, and giving you your best bet of cover as you make your way through.
Yeah,
Anything
I'll just
else that you want to do as you're walking?
now just keeping low profile, blending with the crowd and pushing.
As you're walking now, you pass the last car, this jet black, this chariot, and you see that the driver is stood behind the car. He's wearing like a red shirt. It's quite I'm going to say flamboyant in its appearance. It's got quite a lot of ruffles and it's quite overly large in the shoulder, open. There's chest hair and there's medallions. He looks like the guy off Captain Morgan's bottle. For want of a better description, that's the kind of guy that he looks like. He's got one leg up on his on the back of his cart. He has rings on every finger, and as you sort of walking past him, he's got 3 women, beautiful women in front of him, who are just swooning over him, and he is just kissing one on the hand. As you get alongside, he lets go of the lady's hand. Just make a just make an acrobatics check.
You little shit.
23.
23. 1 second. Okay. As he lets go of his hand, this lady's hand, he is as quick as a flash. In fact, yeah, as quick as a flash. He just reaches out to grab your hand, your arm, just where your elbow is. Seeing it coming, you just pull out the way, and he holds his hand up for you to stop.
Do I know you?
Oh, the question is, do I know you? And he turns to the girls that are by the carriage, and he says, "Excuse me, ladies." And he turns, and he sort of leans in. You're just edging, so you're not walking, but you're not stopped. You're not stood still. You know that you're in effect on the run at this point. So he's just sort of matching your pace. He's sort of holding you back a little bit, slowing you down a little bit in your curiousness to hear what he's got to say. And he says, "That's quite bold."
What's quite bold? Don't read you.
Well, you in the daylight, in public. It's quite bold.
Well, thanks. I believe I was as much right to be here as anybody else.
You don't see many drow walking the streets of Waterdeep. In fact, you don't see many drow out in the daylight.
Well, I was raised in a human family, so that's my heritage. I can't change that. Do you know much about my kind?
And he just laughs. You could say that.
Is he still holding me by the arm?
No, as you sort of shrugged him off, kept his hand up, he's allowing your natural curiosity to keep you where you are.
Are we walking and talking?
Yeah, he's not walking at the pace that you would like. Like I said, your curiosity's just slowed you down a little bit to match his pace.
We've made it a bit more casual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say that's interesting. I'd be interested to chat more.
He says, "And what's your name, Drow?"
Tavis, and what's yours?
My name, and he says it with like quite a lot of what's it? He's a bit over the top now. He comes across. He's not loud. He's not saying it, to everyone, in public. But he's got quite a lot of flair about him. And he says, "I am Captain Zord."
Oh. Well, what, if you don't mind me asking, what are you captain of other than that chariot?
I'm captain of the ship, the Sea Maiden's Fair. In fact, I'm captain of 3 ships that are currently in dock in Waterdeep. Surely you must have heard of the Sea Maiden's Fair.
In all honesty, I'm really new to town and to the city. I don't know. I've not been around the docks, but I'd be I'd be interested to have a look if you'd be willing.
My crew, we put on parades. We are from Luskan. I am the captain, and we are currently in Waterdeep. But I'm more interested in why a drow is walking the streets of Waterdeep. How have you not been arrested yet? Or have you been arrested yet?
As far as I'm aware, just being drow or having drow heritage is not offence in and of itself. So maybe I've got lucky, or maybe I've not done anything wrong.
The drow are untrustworthy. They are constantly at war with allies of this city. Even my city.
These sweeping statements. We've just met. I understand that my race will go against me in many situations, but I'm not looking to make any trouble. Certainly not for you.
You must feel an outcast. You must feel like you've never belonged up here on the surface.
To a
You don't
degree.
have to answer that. But what I will say is, I'm a collector of things and people that don't belong.
Collector in what manner?
I have a fair. I have people that work for me. People that aren't unlike yourself.
Can I just be really clear? Are we talking voluntary basis?
What are the bases there? Are you calling me a slaver?
No, I'm wanting to understand what your angle is, and I think I've got it. So I just wanted to make sure that we didn't misunderstand each other. That's going to be got to be valuable for the start and basis of any conversation, let alone relationship.
Relax, I'm not offended. Look, if you're ever in the docks, then ask around. Come aboard the ship and we can have a chat. I'm really interested in a drow walking the streets of the city. It's something I never thought I'd see.
I appreciate your open-mindedness and your curiosity. I'll look to make time to head down to the docks and look you up. As you've spotted, it is unusual seeing my kind around here. So your initial interaction with me is, set me on edge at first. But yeah, I'm keen. I'm interested in what you've got to say, and I'm interested to discuss more. Can I just make an insight check about what he's told me in respect to that's what he does? He's a purveyor of unusual people and stuff.
Yeah.
It's 9.
The best you can tell, you've got nothing else to go against, what he's actually said. But really hard to get a read.
And I'm not like the way that the conversation's gone. I'm not feeling there's any particular threat.
Well, I mean, in fairness, there is no threat there. There is an extension of a conversation or whatever that would be on your terms anyway. So you don't really sort of see it as being a, if you, it would be down to you to make that move. That's not going against your will.
And is he a human?
He's human, yeah. He has a look of someone who is Luskan, which is a city to the north. Just roll a history check.
Nine.
Yeah, from what you gleaned on your travels, when people talk about cities and just give you a quick overview, you know that there is a connection with pirates, that Luskan is a pirate-owned city. You know that it is further north, a lot further north than Waterdeep, and it's probably the last city that you would come to before you start edging towards like 10 Towns and Spine of the World and things like that, the frozen north.
I'll just hold out a hand and say, well, Captain Zord, nice to meet you, and I look forward to further conversation in the future.
Yeah, and he says, please, Zardoz. My name is Zardoz Zord.
Zard.
It's Zardoz. It's Zardoz.
Much obliged, Zardoz. Look forward to speaking soon.
I hope you come by, and if you don't mind, may I? And he just moves one hand up towards your hood. He doesn't touch your hood.
Immediately move back.
Your hood. He just keeps his hand by your hood.
I've flinched and then held steady.
I won't reveal your identity here in public. I was just curious.
We can talk more another time, less public.
No, we will.
Can I just clarify? My friends, such as I have within the city, would they be welcome to come along?
Well, of course.
Very good. I look forward to it.
Yes, me too. And he walks away, and as he walks away, he's like, "Ladies," and he walks over to the ladies that are around the carriage. Just make one final stealth check for me.
Uh, 14.
14. Make a acrobatics check.
$16.
Okay. Yeah, there's you blend out of the crowd. You see that there's a small entryway. The walls of the buildings continue, but you see there's a sort of small fence. Just slaking away into the entryway and a quick hop over the fence. You get the feeling that there's a multitude of these passageways behind the building that would potentially lead you in the direction that you want to head in. But as far as you're concerned, the threat of the city watchers behind you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep heading away and probably eventually try to make my way back to Troll Skull, but just slowly meander whilst there's a crowd and I feel safe in the crowd.
Okay. Thorin, you've to one sec. You've caught up to your two companions as they head down the street. You're on mute, mate.
There's a drink to celebrate.
You sort of see her hand. She comes out and she's sort of shaking as she takes it. Renier, he just sort of takes it. He just starts, like, his mouth's that dry from. He just takes it and just starts drinking. You head down towards. You can see that this sort of shop front now, these people all gathered around it, is just. It's not in a good place. The windows smashed in. The lower wall that sits below the window, half of that has been taken in with it. You see that the chariot is rear ending first and upside down, sort of poking out at a 45-degree angle. You see the sort of connection bar that would run between the two horses. Glasses on the floor.
I know I have to do a little bit of mending, but I think this is a little bit too much for me.
You see that she doesn't find the funny side. She's sort of looking at it, really white as a sheet.
It'll be alright. Break some wood, they can be replaced. At least you weren't on the
Well, no, and I have that, you to thank for that. I didn't know so much could go wrong in one race. Like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Happens from time to time, I guess.
As you sort of get up close, you can see that the shop itself is what looks like sort of a leather works, and as you sort of get up close, you sort of see that there's a sign called Trent Ava's boots. Sort of see it, Trent Ava's boots above the shop window, and as you get close, you can see that there are just leather boots that are all sort of stacked.
Do we see someone who looks like the owner knocking around?
Not currently, no. You can sort of see just the general sort of crowd milling around, and she sort of walks up and she sort of puts a hand on that beam of wood, and she tries to sort of pull at it, see that if it'll budge or whatever else, and it's just stuck in there. She just turns around and looks at the two of you with just absolute heartache.
Don't worry about all that. All that can be fixed. And I'm gonna let's see if we can find the owner. Make sure everyone's alright inside. I'll have a look around
Yeah,
here.
you sort of have a poke around a little bit, and as you do, more sort of glass that's been sort of, that stayed in the frame, if you like, starts to just sort of fall as you're sort of poking around. You see from the crowd adjacent to you a man sort of walking out the crowd. He's sort of mid-40s, male, half elf, sort of white hair, cut short, green eyes. He's got a sort of like rough, sort of sunbaked skin, and he just stops his tracks. My shop! My shop!
I'll go up to him. Yeah, I'm really sorry about it. Is there anyone in there?
No, I've just been up the top of the lane watching the ceremony. It's my livelihood. It's my shop. He's just absolutely distraught, looking at it, gobsmacked. Ezra walks over and she's like, really, really sorry. I can pay. I can pay for the repairs. It's not a problem. I just had really bad luck. I lost my horses. I nearly died if it wasn't for him. And she points at you. I really am sorry. If I can help you get out the chariot, I can help you board it up tonight. I can send people round tomorrow to start building, get the brickwork, the glass. You sort of see that it's a lot to process in one go.
Yeah. Do I see any of the guys around?
Not currently, no.
I'm gonna cast a message and say to Negan, if you saw where the crash happened, head down here if you can.
Okay.
You can respond to this message.
You had to, didn't you? Do it in the voice. You have to point to the creature within range and whisper the message. The target, only that target hears the message. So you can't actually see Negan. Ask this through side objects if you're familiar with the target and OPR. Okay, so as long as you know the target, yeah, it's Negan. As you're starting to walk down now, looking for where Thurin's got to, you hear this message in your head, as if he's stood next to you, speaking to you.
Right, and is Ulfgar and is there by me?
They're sort of not far behind you. They're not. You're just starting to move.
Is
He's on your shoulders. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Alright, so I just sort of call up to Izzy to say, "Oh, we're gonna go find Thurin," and then I would turn around to Ulfgar and say, "Come this way, mate."
Yeah, can I see where Thorin is from? On top of Negan's shoulders.
Yeah, you can sort of see to the bottom of the street. You can see that they're sort of gathered around this broken shop.
Yeah, I just point the way to Negan and say he's over there.
So I just start pushing sort of through crowds and stuff, clearing a way for Ulfgar to walk through as well. Start in the square.
Yeah, with undertones of Mad Max Thunderdome. You're sort of walking down the street with Isla on your shoulder. Ulfgar, you're with your new clan. You're heading off behind them. It's not too long before you get behind, and you sort of see that they're trying to console the shopkeeper and the disarray of his place of business.
While they were on their way, I've pushed my drink into his hands just to give him something else to concentrate on for a second.
He's holding it, but it's not moving towards his lips. He's just sort of staring and looking at the
Have we got there now, have we?
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally a couple of minutes and you're there.
Isla just gets off Negan's shoulders, walks up, unbeknownst next to the shopkeeper, looks around the shop and just goes, "I wouldn't want to own this place."
But with that, you just hear quite a light sort of clatter on the street. You turn around, you see that there is a cup of spilt ale on the pavement.
Just kind of look at the cup and look at the guy, but pay no real heed to it. Like, I don't understand that he's the owner of this shop. I just think he's dropped his ale. Just say to Thorin, that was a good effort, mate.
Cheers, pal. You enjoying it up there?
I bopped off, but I just say, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's good. It's a good view. I quite like it. It's a different perspective for me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I've never seen the top of people's heads before.
I sort of at this point say to there and I say, "I'll open your hand," and I just drop the coin. Bet in his hand.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Glad you came in second now, aren't you?
It would have been better to go in first, but can't win them all.
First time for everything.
You said it, buddy. Anyway, we need to try and help here a little bit, I think. See if we can get this cart out of the window.
Let's have a look what we can do. Sort of look around and I was like, where's Tavis?
I haven't seen him.
Did I see him when I was on top of Negan's shoulders?
No. What's your passive perception?
13.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't see him.
And I'll introduce the guys who've just showed up to Ezreal and the shop owner. So Isla
Yeah.
make him feel worse.
And while this is going on, like a sort of excited kid, you got Renee sort of, he's going around sort of patting you all on the back. Negan, he goes up to you and he's like shaking your hand. You can see that even though that there's a bit of a downer now in terms of what the state of this building, that he is still on cloud 9 in terms of where he came and his cart came in the races. He's well thrilled.
Is there any of the horses round?
Only the one that you've seen sort of halfway up the street.
Yeah, I'll ask Renee to just run and grab the horse for me while he's a bit kiddie. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure, yeah. I'll go and get it now. And he sort of jogs off to go and bring the horse back.
Yeah. So how come you want the horses?
Well, we might need the horses to drag this cart out. I'm not sure. Me and Negan can pull it out on our own.
Does it look? Does the wagon look like it's like fixed in place, or is it relatively loose? Or
Give it a shove and see where we're at.
yeah, just have a little look around. So yeah, got an idea, but it might not work. Just everyone step back a little bit, and I want to like try and climb through into the shop through any little nooks and crannies and get to the other side of the cart. Stand right up against it and cast Thunderwave. See if I can blast this cart out.
Right, okay. Right, first of all, make a check.
Because it can move unsecured objects.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
Just make make an athletics check.
Athletics check.
18.
Athletics check. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18.
No, it's acrobatics. Sorry.
11. But I'm small. Oh, right. Yeah, well, please.
Hang on a sec. So you're currently on Negan's shoulders. So Negan, what are you doing? Are you climbing down, then trying to find a way in? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try and go inside and blast it back out.
Is the door still on?
Yeah. The door is, yeah.
Should just try
I'll
the
just go
door,
through the
mate.
door.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, you can. The door is to the right, and then the window's on the left, and just totally smashed it. And as you open the door to have a look inside, you can see that the back end now, the sort of high side, if you like, of the. Oh no, sorry, actually, the chariot high side is on the other side of the wall. So, yeah, what you can basically see is the sort of the lower sort of chassis of it and the wheels. You can sort of see the axle, and then you just see a room just filled with boots.
Yeah, so I'm going to go up to the carriage, kind of stand right in front of it and cast Thunderwave and try and blast it back out the shop.
Right, let me just get my head around this one for a sec.
It's 300 feet. The whole city's going to think there's a terrorist attack going on.
Blow up his shop.
Okay, right. What I want you to do, I want you to roll for the damage as well. So I want you to roll the 2d8.
Yeah. So just spell attack. And then 25.
25 damage.
No, it's 25 to hit, and then if you want me to roll damage as well.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You're going to hit it. You're standing right behind it. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's a hit anyway. But
7. 13.
7. There you
6 and a 7. 13.
Okay. Right, give me 2 minutes. Right, forget that. Yeah. Okay. So this carriage probably weighs around about all told, and you cast Thunderwave. As you cast it, you emit this absolutely incredible noise that actually makes the buildings around shake. You see that rather than the 10 feet we were expecting, you see that because it is quite fixed in, that it moves 5 feet further forward from where you are, freeing itself from being jammed in against the walls. There is a scream outside as people start to move in every direction away from where you are. Your ears are ringing. You can see daylight now around all of the carriage, and as you stand there with your hand looking at what you've done, you just sort of see this top of this wall just collapse on top of the bottom of the chassis, and then that is shortly followed by a large wooden sign bearing the name of the shop as it lands on top of it as well.
Dietrich.
I just go outside, seeing that I've moved it a little bit, and just completely deadpan, just go, well, I've freed it up. Like, freed it up a little bit.
What when you look at Isla, he looks like a paler version of himself, not just in skin tone and in hair colour, but in clothes. And you see that he is covered in a fine layer of dust from the shockwave within the shop.
And just say to Vaughn, did you find did you find the horses?
Who run away?
I think they've all scarpered now.
You turn around and you see Rainier standing with just the bridle of the horse. And he's just sort of looking at it. And I'm looking at you.
Well, you know how to leave a lasting impression, don't you?
I can try to get it if you want. Moved a little bit.
It isn't long, and you hear like and you see that there are 3 city watch sort of running up to where you are. What happened? What happened here?
And Isla just turns around and says, we were trying to get the cart out, and some of the bricks fell, and made a bit of a bang.
Just make a persuasion check.
Ooh. That's very good for me. Okay, all right. 17.
Yeah, they sort of look at each other and they look back. Well, be careful. We don't be tearing down all these buildings.
I mean, while you're here,
Oh, you
guys,
are.
you can help us pull it out if you want.
You make a persuasion check.
Can I assist? And just like back them up and say, yeah, more hands make light work.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
23.
Didn't he?
That wasn't. Oh, do you want me to do it with advantage? Yeah, still 23.
Yeah, that's like 14.
Yeah. Yeah, they sort of look around and they say, "Who's the owner of the shop?" And you see this half elf sort of striding up. That would be me, sir. And they start to roll up their sleeve, sort of try and get hold of a wheel on one side and the bar at the top, and ready to start pulling.
Yeah, I go over and help.
Okay, who else is helping?
I'll try and help.
Yeah.
It doesn't take too long. There's a bit of jimmying back into with the bar to try and just sort of free it a little bit, and then you manage just to drag it out. As it's sort of left out upside down and broken, you sort of see Esville walking up to it, and she sort of puts a hand on it. Just gutted that it ended the way it did.
You can always get a new one built. Don't let this end.
She looks at you. She looks at you as if to say that's not help.
I think we've done all we can here for now. Let's head off and get a drink somewhere.
Cracking idea.
Yeah. Renee says, yeah, I think a drink's in order. Where are you heading?
I'm not really that familiar with this end of town.
Oh, there's quite a few taverns in and around this area. Felzoom's Folly's only up the road.
Maybe give that one a miss.
Okay, so while you guys are discussing where you're going, Tavis.
Did I see this commotion come out and spot any of these guys?
No, you're sort of you would have heard it, but you're sort of round the back of the larger buildings down this street. You're sort of making your way southwest. As you come towards the end of these, this sort of maze of passages and backyards. You see that there's the main road. So this is the main road that runs adjacent the wagon race street. So you're just a little bit further south on the same road, or peering over into that road.
Yeah, I didn't see a tavern to pop into.
There were taverns on that street. What you sort of seen was like the backyards of them. You sort of seen that there were, you know, the odd yard that was full of, say, barrels or chopped wood and things like that were all stacked up. There's various telltale signs that you were at the back of a tavern, but these are sort of like sort of two streets that back onto each other. So you've just got like alleyways and small yards and things like that.
Okay, I'm gonna just start heading out and make my way back to Trollskull. I'll get a carriage.
To be honest, from where you are now, you cross a main road. There's no real city presence, and you're far enough away from the commotion to be able to look around for a cab. Pretty much where you were dropped off by Ruxton, you can see that there are a few carriages there.
Is Ruxton one of them?
Just roll a perception.
Very good. 8.
8. There's quite a lot of cabs, carriages there with drivers. You feel that there is a little bit of haste in getting away. You don't really feel that Ruxton's a necessity, and you just sort of have a quick glance but don't see him and sort of pick the nearest one.
Yeah, we'll just jump in and tell him where I'm heading.
Okay. He tells you to get in the back. This is another sort of high sitting carriage where he's sitting on sort of high up, fairly standard version that you've been in before. It takes you probably about 25 minutes to get back up to Trollskull. He drops you off and says that'll be being cost.
Okay, I just I'll pay him with a bit of a tip.
You're not really in the actual square. You're sort of just outside. Taking the tip, he sort of gives you a nod, whips the horse in front, and off he goes. You're just literally round the corner from the manor.
Yeah, I'll just head inside.
Yeah, you walk in. All's as you left it. No one's currently there. Is there anything you want to do?
Is there still drinks and stuff here?
You have got the remains of the barrel that was brought round by Rimple. Of Rimple Simple Cider.
And what time of the day is it now?
It would be PM.
Sorry, I missed that. PM.
Yeah. 6 PM. Yeah.
6 PM. Okay. Yeah, I'll confident there's no one around. There is nobody around, is there? There's nobody in the tavern.
No.
Yeah, I'll pour a cider, take a seat, and yeah, takes his hood off and just has a little old scratch of his ears, and just relaxes a little bit.
Yeah. It feels nice to remove your hood, an alien at the same time, almost exposing, if you like. You sit back, just massaging your ears, and just thinking about the day's events. Sitting the bag of gold in front of you on the table and staring at it, weighing up the risks and the rewards. Thinking of your encounter with this strange seafaring captain who happened to be in a wagon race. Yeah.
Yeah, so only a few seconds with the hood down, and then it comes back up and just relax and sort the gold out from the pouch that I took, and like just mentally preparing to get rid of the old pouch. In fact, chuck it on the fire if the fire's going. Start the fire if it's not.
Yeah, you get the fire going. You've arranged stacks of money, and you toss them into the fire. As the bag leaves your hand and lands in the fire from where you're sitting, obviously the fire took a little bit of time to get going. The point where it's roaring, you throw it in, and as you throw it in, the door just slowly closes across the front of the fire.
The door across the fire closed.
Yeah, there's like a small sort of door, like a glass door in front, and that just slowly closes over. It's not been closed yet.
I'm gonna have to leave for about 5 minutes. I'll be back in. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Does anyone want to take a break? Take a break, or do I just carry on for a minute? I don't mind carrying on.
Take a brew while he's gone.
I don't mind.
I can do that, yeah.
What time are we on?
Yeah,
it's 10 to 9.
Yeah, just take a brew while he's gone.
Alright, okay. I want to try and I do want to try and wrap up before 11. To be honest, I know it's going to be a short one. We've all got work in the morning, so
That works.
yeah, we'll have a quick one and then get back on if there's only be 5 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So over the sort of mouth of the fire that was sort of next to it, let's sort of door over like a wood burner, basically. And as you throw in that sack, you sort of see the door just sort of getting closed over. It makes a bit of a screeching noise, having not moved in quite a while. Right, so the rest of you now, you're all gathered around the street. What do you want to do?
Is the hole in his shop
What's that, sorry?
big as the hole in the shop window? Like width?
How big is it?
Yeah, like 5 foot, 10 foot.
No, it won't be 10 foot. You're probably looking about sort of 7 or 8. So, yeah, about 7 foot, something like that.
All right. Isla turns to the shopkeeper and says, "I can do something for you to protect this anyone from getting in. Hopefully tonight, but it'll take me a little while to set it up. If that's all right with you."
He says, "Yeah, no, by all means, any help." And you sort of see that while you've been sort of amongst the group, he's been in and out of the shop. You sort of see he's got a bit of a broom, and he's starting to bits of glass off the shop front. Sort of see he's got a lot of pride. You know, you can see the the items in his shop that he's got a lot of pride in what he does, and he's just sort of like sweeping around and things like that. What have you got in mind?
Right, guys. What's the name of the shop? What's the name on the sign of the shop?
It is my notes. Trent Taver's boot shop.
Boot shop. I just turn to Negan and just ask him quite quietly, what's the draconic word for boot? And get that off him. And then I lean into the shopkeep and say, if you want to walk or tidy up or do anything in way of this window, as you approach it, merely utter this word and you can pass through with no issues. And then I want to spend the next hour and cast Glyph of Warding, please, on that area. I want to load it up with the spell command, and anyone who doesn't have the password who tries to enter through that way, I want to command them to leave. Loot crate.
Loot crate. Okay, so give me the parameters again. The glyph.
So, want it to be just the glyph to be in way of the shop. Obviously, the hole in the shop. Obviously, set the password to be boot in draconic, which I've told the shopkeeper. And then I'd say any creature over 2 foot in size who tries to enter, it casts command on them, commands them to leave. And then I tell the shopkeeper, it's like when, like, you know, when he needs people to work on it, he can find me at Troll Skull Manor, and I can dispel it so that the people can work on it. Or if he wants me to just leave it on for overnight, then I can dispel it tomorrow morning. Whatever he wants.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he says, I'm so grateful. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Well, thank you. I will probably get one of the guilds in the morning. I need to get my shop sort of running. I've got a delivery coming in from the east. So yeah, I could do with getting someone over in the morning if that's okay. But leaving this on, yeah, no, that's a massive help. And he's sort of shaking your hand there.
Yeah.
So that's going to take you an hour to.
It takes an hour to cast. Yeah. Throw the glyph out for that.
Yeah. One sec. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so while Isla's doing that then for it's in that area.
I'll ask Renee. Do you mind if I borrow the chariot?
Oh, don't see why not. I mean, you definitely earned it. Why? What do you want it for?
Thinking go and try and find some of these horses with a scarping. Try and reduce them down.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's totally fine.
yeah,
I'm sure the horses will show up sooner or later.
they'll show up or they'll be claimed by some other people. I'll go over to her as well and I'll ask her if she wants. Do you want to go and have a look at your horses? We can hop on the chariot and go around and have a look.
You sort of see that she's sort of got her hand wrapped around herself, and again on her shoulder, and you can see that she looks like some pain. Now the adrenaline has started to wear off. You can sort of see that she does look a bit battered. And she says, "No, I'll send someone out in the morning to go look. Right now, I just think I need my my bed." And Renier sort of leans in. Well, my lady, I would be honoured if you let me escort you home and make sure that you get home okay. She sort of nods.
Well, it was lovely to meet you as well.
You too, Thorin. I suppose there's an element of risk whenever you undertake something as fun as this, and it was fun. But I am in your debt. You did save my life. That could have been me crushed in that window.
If I need, where can I find you?
I'm always around. Right now I stay quite a lot in the yawning portal. I spend a lot of time watching that well.
You ever been down there?
No. My brother has. Not really. My brother, yeah, he went down there not so long ago, and well, I've not seen him since.
How long ago?
A few nights ago, I paid a couple of adventurers some gold to see if they could find him. I'd like to stay there and keep my eye out as long as I could, just to see if they turn anything up.
I'm sure we'll find you soon.
Not bloody likely.
We frequent the portal too, so I'm sure we'll bump into you. If not, if you ever
Oh.
need us, we'll stay at Trollskull Man.
Oh, good lord.
Troll Skull. Which ward's that in?
Which wall's that in?
North.
That's in the.
It's in the north wall.
Oh. Okay, well, if you're ever in the yawning portal, I will most definitely buy you a meal and some ale. But if you don't mind, I think I need to rest. Feel a bit battered and bruised.
Look forward to seeing you again.
You too, Thorin. And she walks and Renier sort of gives her a decent amount of space, and he sort of seems just sort of chatting as they walk away.
So did this happen as Isla was first casting his spell, or towards the end?
I'd say that Isla's still got another sort of 20 minutes or so of casting time.
Yeah, I'll while he's busy casting, I'll just go around and chat to some of the crowd and stuff and shake some hands.
As you're standing there, you see that the crowd now that is pretty much dispersed, going up the street, they sort of part a little bit further, and you see a carriage covered in gold leaf filigree, absolutely beautiful, and it's being pulled by 6 magnificent horses as it's coming down the street. It comes to the bottom where you're sort of congregated, and then it turns right, sort of heading in the north direction. As you sort of peer to see who the passengers are, you see the nobles, the Castellaneta family, the ones who have funded and set up the race with their 2 children, and the carriage clatters on up the street.
Yeah, just carry on, walk around saying hello to random people, just waiting for Isla.
Yeah, some of them recognise you, and they stand and they shake your hand and they talk. The fact that you nearly had him, and one man stops you and says he had a bet on you, and he didn't know whether he was thrilled or not, and with losing the prospect of that money, but was happy that. Ulfgar, what are you doing?
Of course, just sort of watching Isla, like notably impressed, but sort of like trying to restrain how impressed he actually is. He just sort of says, "Can you teach me that?"
I think Isla probably hears him, but at this moment he's just concentrating on. He kind of acknowledges him with us like a slight nod, but he just carries on doing what he's doing to ensure that he gets the spell right, because it's quite an intricate little spell to work.
Yep.
Ulfgar says,
"Oh, sorry. Go on, Ulfgar."
"No, I was just going to put in a witty dwarven comment, but actually it didn't work, so yeah, move on."
Megan?
I'm just sort of in between, like watching where obviously Thurin is, and still looking for Tavis as well, just to see if obviously I can see the crowd in case he got lost. I'm guessing there's no like weapon shops in part where we are.
Just roll a perception check.
16.
16. You can see that this road that you're on is, especially on this side of the road you're on, is a series of shops. The shops themselves are sort of broken up by various other buildings. You can see that there's the boot shop. You can see that there is a warehouse, what looks like just general sort of storage. You can see that there are other various shops selling various things all the way along. You sort of scout out, there's nothing really that you see that would be an out and out weapon shop. What would you see? You see one sort of next door, but one to the boot shop, and it's all Saba's fine imports. The window is full of various just various different items that are in there. but there's no out and out sort of weapon shop.
Quick question, just out of game. Obviously, one is to sharpen like stuff. Do you need? Is it like a stone or something?
Whetstone.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you get like a whetstone.
But that would be
to sharpen it or have someone sharpen it. But
And that
bear
would
in
be-
mind as well. Yeah, but bear in mind as well that the Ulfgar is a blacksmith himself.
But I can ask. And then the other thing is, do knuckle dusters exist in the lore of the? Because I haven't seen them listed in the book.
They could exist.
Okay.
If you let me work on that. One sec. Okay, so Isla, you're just finishing off your glyph. The shopkeeper is like I said, just potting around, just trying to clear up the debris as much as he can. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so now that I've finished, I just say to the shopkeeper, that's all in place. So if you want to pass through or work in that area, just say the password that I told you. And if you want me to get rid of the spell at first light tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'll have the Stonecutter Guild come round. I mean, it's going to cost me, but I need to get the wall. I need to get the wall put in. So, yeah, first light would be really good.
And what time would it be now? Would it be about 7 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll say just have a little yawn, turn around and see everyone there in Ulfgar, and just say, "Let's go back to the tavern. I'm parched. We'll do the rest."
Okay.
And just say to Ulfgar, "The ways of the cleric interest you."
Very much so.
Gives him a wink, dig on the shoulder. Nothing too heavy, just a jovial, light one. And it's like, we can talk about it over a drink or two.
Let's go.
In the last 20 minutes, I'll use that time to create 2 horses.
Okay.
What? Cool.
So I create 2 horses. Take a little one each, Negan.
I'll go with the big guy, and on our journey back, I'll just carry on speaking Draconic or trying to speak Draconic to Negan and just try and pick up a few little bits and bobs more.
Okay. Right. I'll tell you what then. Let's have a quick look at that then. Okay. So who's riding horses?
So I think Negan and me are on one.
Yeah.
Me and Ulfgar are
On one of the horses.
I'll be the little spoon.
Always.
Who's on the other horse? Sorry, you and Ulfgar.
Ulfgar, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You as you're finishing, you turn around and Thorin has these two horses either side. Your knowledge of the weave of from what you can tap into, you sense the magical aura of these 2 beasts. You climb up with Negan, and you head back, taking about 20 minutes, 25 minutes again, just to troll skull. Doing so, you're just practicing your draconic. I'm just trying to find The downtime activities.
Yeah, because I think we've done this. I think it's either the end of the second week, start of the third week, and I've done two.
Yeah.
I've done 2 things with them already.
Yeah.
I know it's,
What
I know
was
it's 20,
what was
I know
what did we
it's
say the
25
cost was?
It was 25 gold, and then you made me roll. I'm sure it was a percentile dice.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find it. So look.
Yeah. You gonna have any more of it? Dropping. Yeah, just shit. So that. I'll do.
Just roll it. Just out of curiosity, just roll a d6 for me.
Four.
4. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to pinch Negan for 1 second.
So you scrub up all right, old guy. Seems like you've had a productive day.
Most productive in a long time, I must say.
Boys, $1 million.
Money well spent. How do you feel?
Feeling better than I have in a while.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Nice not to have sick in my beard. That's always a good feeling.
Did you watch much of the race?
Okay, it's another room.
Only the end. Best
Best
part, in my opinion.
Why didn't that work then?
It's certainly exciting. I'm gonna have to get this armor back for them. Near's gone without it.
Alright, we've lost Jay.
You have to take the reins, Idler.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll. Yeah, you carry on. You carry on picking up where you left off with some draconic. There are certain words that sort of hold Negan's attention slightly. Various things, almost like they're just sort of like triggering a memory. You get back up to Troll Skull. You're outside of the tavern itself. We're now getting closer to 8 PM.
Can I ask you what those trigger words are, or is that something you'd want to do outside of here?
Rather than, because obviously whatever I've done there is kicked Jay out. So what I'll do is I'll have a chat with Jay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what I was going to say for Negan was that while you're going through certain of these, can you hear me, Jay? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, while you're going through certain of these words and phrases, because Draconic would be more sort of phrase driven, rather than just sort of being standalone words. That certain phrases that Isla spoke about look like they've triggered thoughts or a memory, or it's just caught you a little bit. I was just going to discuss with you what those types of phrases were, but if you ever think about that between sessions, and then you can let Isla know, or much you know then for the next session, what they would be.
What was the word that you spell?
What was the what? Sorry, boots he wanted, didn't he?
Boots.
Yeah. Okay, so you're back up. You're outside the tavern. 8 o'clock. Still light, kind of like the same light that it is now. What you guys want to do?
I just cast a glance over to the shop across the way, the flower shop. Just have a look, see if anything looks different.
The only thing that looks different is it's dark.
All lights are off. Yeah, no. So I didn't get a drink. See if Tavis is here.
Yeah, three lights on.
Tavis, have you kept the money out, or would you have put the money away?
I put it away, but got rid of the old purse. I could have, after the fire door shut, I'd have opened it and put it in and got rid of it.
Okay. So you're just sitting there contemplating nursing a cider with your hood over, where you see the door open and the party walk in.
Like, guys, I walk over to Thorin. Like, Thorin, chariot racing. Not bad for a number 2 driver.
Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby.
Like, how's everyone? How's that lady you were with? Where's she gone?
She's a bit shaken, a bit tired, a bit hurt. So she wants to rest up for the night.
Okay, cool. Are you all okay then? Yeah, you all no problems.
Oh, for God's sakes, didn't see you much after the race.
Yeah, where the
you go?
fuck did you go?
Oh man, crowds. You know. I don't know. I kind of stand out in the crowd a bit, but I had to get out of there. Didn't know really where you guys had gone. I was kind of expecting like there to be some sort of, second place trophy or something. Did you get anything?
To be honest, I didn't even go over and have a look.
Is like this? Is this guy smooth or what?
Can I insight check Tavis
Yeah.
to see?
Just roll a performance check for me, Tavis.
$21.
24.
Oh,
Okay. And what is it that you're looking for? A sign he's telling the truth or lying, or
Yeah, I'm looking for any signs of deceit. Not being truthful about where he went.
is Tavis being deceitful?
No, those words are true. He doesn't stand. He stands out in a crowd. Doesn't particularly like crowds, and he wanted to get out of the way.
Yeah, you've got to read on him. Bearing in mind he'd be able to tell. So
Yeah, I'd say probably realistically from my perspective, I believe what he says in the way that he stands out because of his looks and whatever, but I don't necessarily believe that's the reason why I left.
All right,
So
let's phrase this another way then for Tavis then. With him having a higher check, yeah, would he accept those words but realise that there's also a but, or there's a caveat to what's being said?
So I'll chip in, and something weird did happen to me after the race. You guys were kind of collecting your winnings from the bookies and that. I was walking past the carriages. Very strange kind of looking guy. Like, he looked like a pirate. He kind of accosted me. And the vibe I was getting from him was, I don't know. He wasn't cool. He definitely wasn't cool with my heritage. He wasn't all right with me like you guys have been. He was like very keen to point out my background and semi made out like he wanted me to be part of some sort of freak show or something. You know, that kind of spooked me. Apparently he's got a ship down at the dock. He was in the race as well.
What did he say his name was?
So he gave his name as Captain Zard.
I've never heard of no
Um,
Captain Zard.
You don't?
It's Zord. It is Zord.
Oh, he's not.
What
Yeah.
Zord?
He kind of chilled out a bit after that, but that freaked me out a little bit. So yeah, thought I'd come back here, wait it out, catch you guys, feel a bit more comfortable. Not everyone in the city is as cool as you guys.
Yeah, so Isla's gonna go like grab an ale, just for himself, because that's the way he is. He's
But
gonna take
I see him goaded for the bar, and I know. I just go, yeah, I'll have one as well, please.
and Isla's like, got you, man. Gets one just for Negan, and then takes it over for Negan. But he does misjudge it because of like his size, and sometimes he forgets it's like a smaller cup than Negan's probably used to.
Like a sippy cup.
Yeah, but he takes the cup over nonetheless and gives it to him. Just like cheers him, sits down, kicks his boots off, just kind of turns around and says like to Thorin and Negan, he's like, so what happened with you guys today?
Well, we went up to the Felsoon's Folly. Met with the fella. He's a bit of a dick, to be honest. You'd probably get on with him really well. Yeah, hurl it, Tom.
Isla doesn't understand that joke. doesn't get the sarcasm, just like takes it for what it is.
But yeah, he took the stone. Says he'll sell it and get back to us in 3 days.
How much do you get for it?
Not what it was worth. That's the nature when you're trying to sell things under the.
So just for clarity and remembering, so that morning we saw Negan and Thorin go off with Sildar to meet with someone who we don't know about. Was that what it was? It wasn't the other guy there, was it? They were going to meet someone, and then the stone transpired after that, was it?
You all went to see. To be honest, we lost track of Sildar, but you all went to see Sildar's opposite, Jalis the Silvermane. Jalis the Silvermane is the one who broached this about the thief.
And that's the
Yeah, and then that's the point.
That's when we separated from the party, right? Cool.
After the stone.
Yeah, knew about the stone,
Yeah. Jalister's theory was that that if, with no leads on who the Viper was, if you found the people that were able to sell on stolen goods, that might give you a reverse lead, if you like, into who's been doing the stealing. There was also another meeting during that between Harelet, Tom, and a dark-skinned dwarf in plate mail, and there was words, an inclination in terms of a loan and a threat that he needed to pay up.
So Iz just kind of turns around and says, so we've got to wait 3 days before this fence gets back to us.
Yeah, I put Sildar on tracking duty, so So I don't know if he's still tailing him or I haven't seen him since the race started.
Ah, yeah, he did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he will be tracking him. Yeah.
So,
So what's on the agenda for tomorrow then?
I'm not sure.
I'll go over to the bar, fetch another drink, and bring it over to Ulfgar saying, "You must be needing this by now, mate."
I'm parched. Thank you kindly, sir.
I mean, I'll just go get my own. Stroll over and get myself a drink.
Well, there you go. Then I'll just say, "To the victor, the spoils."
Yeah.
Oh no, you came second. Second, wasn't it? Second.
Yeah.
Gotta say, guys, whilst you were gone, we had, I was chilling out here for about, an hour or something, and we haven't discussed the elephant or the spectre in the room / tavern. It was like the fire door was shutting on me, and we've had these like writing in the windows and moving about stools and stuff. Like, I have literally no experience of this in my history. Does anybody know what's going on?
As he talks about this, can I just take a little look around the room and see if I can spot anything happening magically, spiritually?
Well, let's have some sort of vague outline of marching orders. So where are you guys each situated now? Are you all sat around a table? Where is everyone?
I'm by the bar.
Yeah, I'm on the bench.
I'm sat next to Ulfgar.
Yeah, I'm probably sat like kind of near the fire, like close to it, but like with my back not to the fire itself, but like on a slight angle to it, if that makes sense. Like if the fire was like there, I'm gonna be like sat just next to it, looking back out into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sat probably eyes to the door if I can. Still, I would have been sat there since I came in.
Okay, Ulfgar.
I'm sitting by Negan.
Okay. Right. Just Isla, just roll your perception check.
1.
Yeah, you you don't get a sense that there's anything in the room, or you don't hear any creaking, any disturbances anywhere. You
1 to 1.
just the room.
Well, one thing on the agenda for tomorrow, I shake the
Oh,
barrel.
no, I can't roll one, can I? I'm naturally lucky.
Yeah.
Not much better. 7. It's a room.
It's a room. But it's your room, and that's the point.
Yeah, so I give the barrel a wobble. I was like, this is one thing that's on the agenda for tomorrow. We're gonna need a top up, boys.
Don't we need some sort of license for that?
What, to drink the
Only
ale
to
that we-
serve, surely.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to make progress with the tavern,
Yeah, well, I spoke to Ulfgar earlier today about seeing if he can go to the guilds. Now he's like dressed and he's got a little bit of knowledge about the town. He's been here for a while. Hopefully he can go maybe see about getting us a license to possibly sell some alcohol if that's what we want to do with the place.
now that he's less Ulfgar and more Ulfpoir.
Like that.
That doesn't.
That's been waiting.
That doesn't
That's
help
been
your
waiting,
pull,
Alec.
I'd be happy to, but I need some muscle, Negan.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to help. I've got a question for you, actually, Ulfgar. How good are you at sharpening weapons?
Fairly good. I can take you around steaming steels.
Yeah, I need to give my my 2 favourite axes a sharpening up, I think.
That'd be an honour.
Just one thing to note around the guilds. The guilds that you required in order to successfully set up or start setting up a tavern were there the night that Caspar Reynard was there.
Yeah, because I think I had the conversation because Isla had kind of pissed the guilds off, and I think he said to Ulfgar last week, because he now looks completely different to how he was, he might be the best person to negotiate on our behalf. But that's if everyone wants to. No, we've got a tavern, but do we want to use it as a tavern?
Be a good start to make it look legitimate. Ulcaria, seemed like she was fairly on our side, or at least didn't have much of an allegiance with Caspar, so that's probably the first person to speak to.
Yeah, I think you're
She
right.
said we could call on her for a favour, or she was certainly in favour of Rimple too.
Worth a go.
Yeah, we could do with getting Rimple's license reinstated.
Ulcaria Stone Marrow?
Yeah, so she was a magister.
She might be able to pull a few strings.
Is it worth speaking to Rimple and see if he wants to sell his ale here?
Rimple has already said he'd love to sell his ale here, he's just not allowed to.
Can we rebrand it
Maybe. But I think
if we don't get a license?
Well, if we have a license to sell, he still needs a license to be able to sell his to us.
Yeah, but he was selling in the Ornan Portal, wasn't he? Not very well,
It'd been taken off the shelf, hadn't it?
had it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make a plan to see what strings Ulcaria can pull and take it from there, maybe.
We need to have a look at this map again. Try and figure out where this red viper's going to strike next, I think.
What do we know about the Red Viper? What have we gathered information-wise?
Yeah, did your fence have any information?
No, he wasn't very forthcoming with information in general. I did try and tease something out of him by showing him the symbol of the red viper, but didn't believe much from it.
Fair enough. How's the map? How was the map looking? Any theories?
No. Did we have an idea of what targets there were in that area?
In terms of what?
Families?
And
or
which
the-
area?
The area within the map that we were given.
Is it south?
We had
West,
a map,
wasn't it?
we had a map
Southeast?
of the targets that had already been hit, hadn't we? And then a
Mhm.
position of maybe the next one. Or a general position, wasn't there?
Yeah, what was the white circle on the map?
The white circle was Felzoon's Folly.
Where the-
Maybe
Just a quick one. So just get the race map up for us, please. So the start-finish line is on the wagon
race.
the wagon race, and the question mark, that region,
It's the bottom half of
is
that race.
that where the start and finish was?
Let me just find.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And was that boot shop that we left? Was that on that? That would have been on that main straight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so if you go to your if you
Street
go
race,
to the map with the street race on it,
Yeah, it'd have been the
Yeah.
first left
Yeah.
hand bend, I guess.
yeah, so where the wagon race, that's the road that goes down the hill. So
Yeah.
when she went straight down that hill, she careered straight into the building in front.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the area, like where we've just been is literally the area that we think from that map the Red Viper's going to strike next. From memory, can I remember, any shops on that street that we may have walked past on Negan's shoulders that may have stood out as being a particularly, say, either overly, shop that might have like over a lot of valuables, or something that maybe sticks out a little bit that you'd think that you wouldn't expect to see it there, or have never really seen one of them before?
The one that struck you would have been the same one that struck Negan, which was the or Saba's fine imports. That it was kind of like a bit of an all sort of shop, really, when you went past. Everything else seemed to be very much sort of like select sort of things, really. Whether it be like a bakery, for example, or a butcher's or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's very much along the lines of quite, this is what we sell. That one was quite a bit of everything.
So I just mentioned, I'd say there was that one shop. Don't know if you saw it, Negan, but the imports. Maybe that would be a place that possibly people would buy and sell, and maybe move things that aren't necessarily, bread and butter, shall we say?
Yeah, I noticed the shop. I just didn't get a chance to go to it, but I think we can have a little look in. Nothing wrong with that.
I just kind of look at Tavis and go, I say, Tavis, I said, you're a man with I'd say a select set of skills, and you've got your your hands aren't the cleanest of things in this city, from what you've said.
Fair.
Do you know of any dealings or anything that's possibly going on in that area, or even that shop that could be not the cleanest?
I've never been there before today, so I've got no knowledge. But I could have a poke around if we were to go back. Well, can't remember. Do you guys remember what the expected timescales were for the next striking of the Red Viper, as it were?
No, but today would have been a good day while everyone's distracted.
How long had she been operating? Oh, the last ones were all in the last sort of 10 days, weren't they?
I don't know. Do you reckon it's worth going down there tomorrow and kind of having a bit of a poke about?
I think it's definitely
We
worth
don't have any other leads, do we?
I don't know. It's like I kind of look around the room, mainly at Negan. Kind of go, well, we're not exactly from round here. We don't look like we're from round here. me and Negan in particular. Maybe we can go there under the premise of maybe looking for some things from home if they're important goods. Maybe ask if they've had any, rare or special items that have come through recently, or if they've heard of anything.
Yeah. I think we can go and have a look. Spentherin's winning.
Did you do well, Theron? Backed yourself.
Back myself.
I like that.
I put 150 gold on it.
That's a tidy amount.
150? Where'd you get that money from?
We already had it.
Well, we were broke. I remember because you're in the back of a wagon, prisoner. I gave you 100 gold pieces at the fair, but you've been finding some money and stashing it away from us.
Been doing a bit of swindling here and there at the festivals and stuff like that. Playing a bit of cards.
Not saying you've done well to make that amount of money for swindling cards.
Dwarves make easy marks. Tend to have a lot of money.
Walls make easy mark. Can I inside check him?
Yep. You can either do a persuasion or a performance, Thorin, depending on how you see this situation.
22.
23.
Yeah, I believe that dwarves have a lot of money and are easy marks, but that's not necessarily where the money came from.
I don't press Thorin in front of everyone. Just say, you'll have to show us the ways of making money.
I'm sure we can accommodate that at some point.
Please do. This dwarf has no coin.
I get up and go and grab myself a refill and point at Negan. I was like, Negan, do you want another one?
Yeah. Can I get a big one?
And I just kind of go, that was a big one, but yeah. Yeah. And as I walk past Ulfgar, just like him a gold piece. And then just get another couple of drinks and go and take it to Negan. And Negan, what's the either Jay or Negan? What's the draconic for cheers?
Go.
I know he's got this one. I know he's got this one.
It makes him feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get onto my thing. I had it up. It's gone.
As you get up to the barrel itself with the cups, you put one cup on the side ready to hold on to the tap. As you put the cup underneath it, the tap pulls itself. You see the fluid inside the cup rise to near enough the top, and then it stops.
Fuck. Did anyone else just see that?
I told you, man, about the shutting doors. We were having a conversation.
Like seriously, what's going on in this?
Does anybody have any experience with spirits or supernatural? Or I know nothing of this. I'm not a religious man. This is weird. so far seems to be kind of on our side, if I remember back to the incident Casper, but
I have no idea.
I'd say I'm pretty sure I've already rolled for like a religion or a history check, and I didn't do very well, so I don't think I can do it again.
Ulfgar, do you see anything weird when you were staying here by yourself for a bit?
Oh yeah, loads of stuff. Every night. I was here for a few weeks before you guys turned up, and yeah, every night, bangs and creepy shit was happening.
Would Islam
Can't explain it.
Go on, Oscar.
Can't explain it.
Would Islam know, like, if this is a spiritual or spectral entity as opposed to something being undead with his undead thing not working, would he know the type of person he'd need to see or find to get more information on it? Would he know whether it's, you know, like a somewhere religious that he's got to go to, or, you know, is there like a soothsayer or something like that I'd need to find out some more information about, like these type of beings?
I'd say no. I'd say that there would be an element of research in that.
We could always ask for
You probably got you probably got like starting positions. Like I'll go and speak to someone who, you know, like you're saying there, like a religious, like the people that you listed there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are relevant starting points, but beyond that, as in terms of a specific.
I turn around to the group and say, "Listen, I've got to know what's going on here. Like, if it's all right with you, tomorrow, whilst you're out shopping with all of Thorin's money, I'm going to do some digging into what's going on here."
Do you want some company?
Yeah, if you want to join.
Do you know where you're headed?
No, but we'll make that up as we go along. I'll probably look for either other clerics, or maybe see if, you know, someone of paladin or soothsayer, someone maybe with more spiritual knowledge than what I've got.
He was doing investigations into specters and ghosts and stuff. We might be able to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah, did he say where he was staying? Or do we know where to find Volo?
I mean, right now you're the sort of hub of all of your social interactions are all around the portal. So, gut feeling would be that would be a place to maybe start.
So we can always go to the portal again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Head into the yawning portal at some point.
Yeah, I think maybe need to find out what's going on in this pub, and see if we can get any leads on this on the Red Viper.
So while we're all here, you know, Isla, Egan, Thorin, like, just wanted to take a bit of time and say thanks for letting me hang with you guys and being cool with us. But what brought you here in the first place? I don't think I've really had that chat with you guys.
Vengeance, really. A score to settle.
Oh yeah, who is?
That's more
A man called Blackwood.
Blackwood.
Yeah. He was seen around these parts, and he caused a lot of issues for a lot of people. But he, he's got something coming to him.
Tavis, just roll a history check for me.
6.
You got -2, have you? Oh wow.
Not.
6. The name Blackwood does ring with you. It's a name that you have heard, and you've heard it while you were helping out the families in the Copper District. You believe that it's a family that's associated with the Copper District, but other than that, you don't really know what that association is.
I've vaguely heard of that. Vaguely heard that name. Where? What? Can you elaborate a little bit? Like, I think I heard that name when I was knocking about in the Copper District, which I mentioned to you guys. I was trying to help out some of those awfully poor, harshly dealt with people. That, yeah.
Did you know what he looks like?
No, I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm trying to flesh out the picture that I've got, because I've got an idea that he's associated with that district, but I can't place why or where.
He was poisoning the people there.
I was against him. Yeah, okay, so probably I wouldn't have met him, but that does, that kind of makes me aligned with. I'm totally up for that. If you guys have got a bead on him, then that speaks to me, because everything going against those guys is like, reminds me of some stuff that I saw at home and kind of makes me a bit sick.
Yeah, well, we haven't got too much information on him, but we know that he's been seen around here still. But we checked his boat out.
I think maybe things like this are the same everywhere, but those who are different or don't come from much just get downtrodden, and there's no fairness. I mean, you can look at me and guess if I've been treated fairly for most of my life, and some of my friends, as much as I had back there, they had a kind of similar fist of things, so that tends to be what I'm on the lookout for, and that's how I wound up down there, just trying to help out a little bit. Fair means or foul, to be fair. So you never get your hands on this Blackwood guy?
No, the only time we got close, and a couple of friends, we got taken out, but you won't be lucky again. Not this time.
Oh, from what you've told me, anything I can do to help. Is he on the up and up? Is he like a straight citizen, or is he like part of the underworld? Do you any ideas?
Well, his family were good from what we knew of, but unfortunately he was the black sheep. He was causing a lot of problems, and we found out, went to deal with him, but unfortunately he got the better of us and got away. And we went to his ship. He had a ship, but find any information on there for it. And fortunately, the only other person that really knew about him was Obo, and so he's gone AWOL.
Okay, I mean, this guy I met today, the guy I told you about, the pirate guy, who's like kind of treating me a little bit like a freak show, but he was definitely up for further discussion, and he was keen for me to come by and have a chat with him. He was fine if I brought my mates. If he's down on the docks, maybe he might know something. Could be a lead.
Yeah, anything, Tavis, that'd be good, because fortunately, not getting a lot of information elsewhere at the moment.
What was Blackwood's ship called?
Rotten Apple.
Called the Rotten Apple.
Sounds like a fitting name, right?
Very much so. Very much.
Perhaps when
Yeah,
we
that-
go to get a new cask of cider, we can ask Rimple if he's seen Obo.
Yeah, hopefully someone's seen him.
His stuff was still there when we last went.
Yeah, but the way he was, I don't know if he's going to be there for much longer.
What do we want to do tomorrow? What's the priority?
We need to get those blades sharpened, Megan.
Yeah, they haven't been used in a while, but they definitely need a sharpen. Way too many bodies on them.
First things first.
Are you guys thinking, like, what's the timescale here regarding you coming here looking for this Blackwood fella? Like, are we at risk of the trail going cold kind of thing?
I don't know. We came here 3 days ago. We had 2 nights, 3 days, 3 nights, 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came here 4 days ago, or we arrived 4 days ago, and we had some leads on Blackwood. We found a warehouse down, was it the South Ward, Sea Ward? Down the Sea Ward.
Yeah. Which one are you on about?
Was it the Centaurums?
Yeah, that was in the dock ward, wasn't it?
Ward. Yeah, we had a lead down in the dock ward. We were kind of following.
Did you say that linked Blackwood with the Zentarian?
Well, we were following the lead for Blackwood, and it led us to the war that's going on between the Zentarum and Xanathar's gang, where we ended up rescuing Floon from. We found out about bigger, grander game that's been going on within the city, and we believe that Bram Blackwood is involved with that game.
You don't know which side he sits.
Well, I don't know whether he's anything to do with Zentarum, Xanathars, or whether he's in it for his own purpose. But we know that him and many other groups are on the hunt for a decent sum of money.
Makes sense.
Follow the money, we find Bram Blackwood.
Well, follow Thorin.
Yeah. Follow the money, maybe we'll find Bram Blackwood on the way.
Yeah.
But the trail's gone cold. But Negan asked someone if he could ask about and try and find some information on Blackwood. So hopefully his contact can come through for us with a bit of information. But if you've got a pirate friend,
I mean, friend's very loose for now. I think he kind of wants to parade me in front of some sort of circus. But at the very least, he's probably connected and he's got some sort of information. I am not doing that, by the way. Just that's not like that's not like an on the table undercover circus freak. I'm not going there.
He'll have to parade all of us.
It's not on the table. Dance for me.
God, no.
make a persuasion roll.
Performance check.
Put the lotion on.
So I don't know what we need to do tomorrow. What's pressing? Should we wait for Sildar to see if he gets back with anything on the Red Viper and wait for this fence of yours to come back with information? Or do we visit the shop? Do we go down to the docks and see Zard, whatever you said his name was? You know,
I'll be interested to learn a bit more about this pirate, to be honest. He sounds like an interesting fellow.
I mean, the lady's hanging off him, but evil Captain Zord, I'm not sure about him.
Yeah, he sounds like a crook.
But just to update you guys, obviously, you know, I'm in with the Greyhounds and we've got this uneasy alliance, but I feel like the pressure's off from that point of view. I'm not expected to check in with Maloon every day or anything, so I'm pretty free. There's no urgency for us to try and apprehend this assassin. I mean, when he was in here, he looked like a pretty serious dude, although I think collectively, if we chose to, we could probably take him.
What did Maloon
Probably-
say when you spoke to him about him?
I'm listening. Fella.
What did Maloon say?
When you told him about the.
I kind of left quite a bit out. I just said we're following leads. I didn't tell him we'd met in person. Because to be honest, I'm not sure what the right side of this is. Like, I don't know. There's these two criminal underworld gangs. At the minute, they're trying to align. He's trying to prevent that. The assassin's trying to prevent that. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm not sure where everyone sits in this equation right now. And I was really just trying to get a bit of the heat off my back as far as the Greyhound goes, which I've achieved. But if we wanted to get their insight, I mean, Maloon might well have a hand on Blackwood. He might have information, but it'd probably be a bit of a quid pro quo. If we chose to, we could probably try and apprehend the assassin and make a deal with Maloon, information on Blackwood for information or apprehension and handing over of the assassin. But there's risk in that, guys, and you know we've not long since met, so I'm just putting my cards on the table. There's no urgency with that for me, but we know he sometimes stays across the road, so we could probably come up with something.
Is that something you?
Can I just check the door and see if anyone's outside? Just want to see if anyone's floating around. Check the windows.
Yeah, you go to the door. Like I said, this part of the North Ward is really quiet, really quiet. So yeah, you have a look. You check about. You don't see anyone knocking about.
So yeah, so what's the priority?
Is that something you want to do, Negan? Hand in the assassins, try and gain favour, and get the Greyhands doing some of the Blackwood hunting for us.
It'd help because anything we can get something solid would be nice. Just to know that he's still here and that we're able to get closer to him. I think would be a real good thing.
Where is he likely to stand with the authorities? This Bron Blackwood.
I think he's still wanted.
Okay. So we'd be, yeah, that could work out.
But if that's the route we're going down, this Siraj is definitely part of a bigger network than just one man. And if we're going after him, we have to do some digging and research into who else is is working with him. But I'm a little bit concerned we're getting spread quite thin across a few different things here. Or at least maybe take one line of inquiry at a time to try and get to the end picture. Maybe this captain might know more about Siraj if he's crooked. Maybe he's got more information on the group.
I mean, the impression I got was he was about profit more so than he was part of any underworld. He was very open about who he was and quite happy to. He spotted me as a shifty looking character and made no bones about it and invited me onto his boat, no questions asked, and invited me to bring my mates. He's certainly less secretive than our assassin friend.
Yeah, we don't know what's waiting on the boat for us. For all I know, we step onto the deck and then the deck falls from beneath us.
Yeah, it could be, but that's not the impression I got. I think he's less of a serious player in this picture. There might be another way I can help you guys out. I've told you a bit about me, and you've told me a bit about where you've come from, but Like, I'd like to hear it maybe a little bit more. Like, how long have you guys been together, and really what you feel about the fact that I look like how I look.
So
Well,
Isla says, well, I've known Negan for, 2 weeks, Thorin for 10 days. As for how you look, in all honesty, I can't really see beyond your hood that much. I've not really come across many people in my lifetime of anyone other than halflings until I left my home. So everyone looks strange to me.
That's fair. You guys must have been through some stuff. You're like, I can pick up that you're really there for each other.
A debt, for me, a debt is owed, and that is why I'm here. However, I have to confess that I've found something that I've never really had before. And it's alright.
What's that thing? What do you refer?
People.
Do I believe Isla?
Yeah, I'm not being deceptive.
well,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to share that part. Why people haven't been in your in your life. That's that's.
What I've said is what I've said is true, and it's
Yeah,
not.
He's
Not
being truthful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fill up a jug and bring some more ale over and fill up Tavis's glass first. And,
Isla just holds his cup out, empty, like waiting.
yeah, I'll fill Isla's too. And while I'm filling the glasses, I'll say, well, my name's Thorin Vac Nothlear. So I think you'll understand that I know what it feels.
Well, who speaks Elvish?
Yeah.
I think you'll know what it. I think you'll understand that I know what it feels like to be treated like a misfit.
So what does
Do you want to text him it or
what does Tavis get from that?
So Tavis would understand that my name is translated into secret family stain.
Secret family stain.
Yeah.
And I'll just cheers him, and
I come from a town where the half-elves aren't welcome.
probably somewhere I should avoid.
Well, I managed to live there, but I wasn't treated very well. I wasn't favoured, put it that way.
I know what that's like.
And yeah, do I look around and see everyone looking puzzled?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll just think.
I imagine. Well, I imagine. What's the general consensus to that? Would you be puzzled by what he's saying?
Yeah.
Isla's more just thinking, if they don't like half elves, would they like halflings?
Actually, I never saw any issues with halflings there at all.
What about dwarves?
Pretty favourable too. They generally have quite a bit of money with them.
Not this one.
As a rule of
The only skint dwarf.
as
Broke
a rule of
as
thumb, I
fuck.
generally carry money, and I come from a trade town.
What was the name of the town?
Everuska. It's down by
Happy.
the Anarok Desert.
Appreciate you sharing.
And
Fine.
I say to the others, just do you guys understand Elvish?
No.
So yeah, Thorin Vak Northlear means secret family stain. It was only my mother
And
that
is
cared for me.
that your true name? Or was that a name that was given to you later on in life?
That's my true name.
While Thorin's saying this, he's just turning a ring on his finger.
Anyway, let's have a cheers. To our misfits, eh?
Yeah, Misfits.
To us, fine gentlemen.
Cheers.
Oh,
Do you have any further plans for the night?
I don't.
Do we know where Sildar is?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
out.
he's
He's not
tailing
Last I saw him, he was tailing
Hurl at Tom.
Hurl Tom, yeah. No, we forgot about
And
him.
Rimple's gone now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's back at home.
Yeah, he went back to his
Yeah,
missus.
Rimple's at home, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, then, no.
I'll say before turning in for the evening, Isla wants to do a couple of things. First of all, he wants to go and check on. Did we bring Obo's lab with us?
No, that's still at Rimple's.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
Yeah, we
left-
left all of it there.
Well, yeah. In that case, he's gonna go to his room, pull out one of the pieces of paper, that you can turn into a little bird and send a little message, and sit there and scribble on it, and send a note to Rimple, which I will speak to you outside of the game about.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. You walk up. You find the room where Obo has been residing. Just roll a perception check, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Not very good. It's either 9 or a 10. 10.
10. So, light source, because it's quite dark. What would you have taken with you? Would you have taken...
If it's super dark, I'd have cast light.
Okay. Okay. When you walk in, the walls are covered in writing in common. There is big letters and words. There are small letters, tiny writing, but it's all over the walls.
Can I read
Like
what it says?
the ravings of a madman. You can see that his roll has been laid out on the floor. There's not a lot else. It looks like it's been sort of like written in like what do they call it? Like charcoal, you know, just black, sort of dusty writing. And you see a reoccurring phrase through this writing. As you cast the light across, you see the same sort of sentence and phrases just repeated over and over and over and over again. And you read, "A demon in the deep. The end is coming." And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Okay. Interesting.
Cliffhanger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
That was really good. That last hour was just like, I was watching Critical Role. I was just sitting back and just enjoying it. The back and forth and teasing stuff out about the backstories was spot on. It was really good, actually. Really good.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Hope about it.
It's like,
Yeah, that was really good. When I was sharing stuff about the backstory, my hands were sweating and everything. I was well nervous about it.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is like, because I was